Hello! I'm Ray Richards, I'm an author, and this is the Authortube Newbie tag. Bing! I don't know if I'm gonna put a little graphic here or not. Did I do work? So Authortube is an association of random YouTube channels, all screaming out in the dark, who sometimes connect to each other through tags and forums and such. This is not my first foray into YouTube, as this is my second channel that has like my real name on it. My other channel, I talk about some writing stuff, but I mostly talk about art and interpreting in a way that helps people. And I'm doing the Authortube Newbie tag as a part to reach out to other authors and be part of a community. As I expressed, I guess in a video that would have been better on this channel, but I put on my main channel, writers are not my competition. Of course, my other big goal for this year is to write, like, a lot more. I'm submitting short stories to magazines, I'm writing a novel, I'm posting out there, and then Authortube might be a new prong of this. I am meeting people IRL in different author write-ins and groups and classes. I am right next to the University of Iowa, so I might, bounce down there for some writing groups kind of stuff. But now I'm going to be doing the Authortube Newbie tag, so I'm now entering my channel into Authortube. Question 1. How did you find out about Authortube? Well, this is complicated, right? Because ideally, I found out about Authortube by Kate Kavanaugh, but also I follow a lot of people that I think associate themselves with Authortube. Kate's channel is great, and it's very positive and nice and upbeat, and goes through a lot of subjects that I relate to and that I want to learn about. One of the first authors I saw on the tube was John Greed, who is like an OG vlogger. I know a couple people have said that the Authortube community exists for the last couple of months and is fairly new. Okay, I heard that from a person that said that 2 years ago, so 2 years plus a couple months. But I think it really reaches back into the beginning of YouTube and vlogging and content creation. So I think I'm just going to insert here that it's good to recognize a long legacy of authors on YouTube. But Kate Kavanaugh's great too. I'm sorry not to crap on her and say John Green's there, but what genres do you write in? Well, that's all of them? All of them. So I write like whatever comes to my mind, whatever comes to my head. Sometimes it's dark, sometimes it's serious, but I pretty much write whatever, and then I decide what genre it should go into. Usually it skews adults because I like to put sex and swears in there. I could see myself doing like young adult too, but a lot of times it's like genre, science fiction, mystery, thriller. Okay, everything. Romance, erotica, everything. What is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category in the story? Well, I've experimented with all of them. I like doing all of them. I think you can kind of tailor it to the story. Most of the stories I write are in past tense, and most of the times I'm doing point of view, second person, limited, though I have quite a few stories that are third person. I guess not second person, there's only first or third person. All of them. Jeez. Most of the time it's first person limited. Maybe I should just give that answer instead of saying everything. I'm the worst. This is what we're learning about me on question 3. I'm already the worst. So adult. I like writing for adults. That's another part of the question, I'm sorry. Are you a plotter, a pantser, or a plantser? I'm mostly a pantser. Like, I will write something with a theme in mind or a message, but I don't usually like to outline. Usually I like to do that zero first draft of writing it as I feel and then doing a very, very light first outline, like maybe the first act and then just letting it take off. Are you published, self-published, or yet to be published? I am published? So, I've been submitting things to magazines off and on for the last couple of years. I got really serious about it this year, and if you want later I can detail my system for sending out short stories to people. But I was originally published on lasertime.com, lasertimepodcast.com, That's what it was. At the time it was also Hulkdick.com, so a lot of prestige with my publications. I'm looking at publishing. I hope to be traditionally published in the next couple of years, but in the meantime, self-publishing a couple of fun short stories seems like a really good idea. What is your dream publishing house and literary agent? Well, I don't know agents that well, I suppose. So, my dream literary agent is Charlie Runkle from Californication. My dream publishing house would probably be Tor, because they do a lot of horror and a lot of fiction that I really respect. Do they still exist? Oh my god, tell me they still exist. What Authortube related videos can you expect to find on my channel? Well, right now I don't have any. I have a couple where I read short stories, and I can do a couple about process, but I don't have a backlog on this channel yet. Right now it's pretty much just garbage second channel stuff. So me reading poems and me talking about writing advice right now is on the original channel that I've tied in to other parts of media and other greater messages that I wanted to say. So this channel will kind of be easy, kind of breeze off, kind of chill, kind of go with it kind of channel. When did you start writing? When I was in school, like first, second grade. They make you write like right away. And I did take to writing, even though it was slow and I was bad at it, and English has always been like my worst subject, but writer, storyteller. What was the first story you ever wrote? When I was in third grade, I wrote this story that was a thriller about a child who wins a tour of an undersea lab. That was the first story I probably ever completed and wrote. Most of the time it was just spent on like the getting there was really actiony, and I had a woman with an eye patch and it was very dramatic. It's probably awful if I ever look it up. The first story I started writing since I decided to like be an author was in 2010. I started writing my big... did I do the debut? I think I did something else then. I think I did something called Mantra. I know, I'd have to go all the way back to my DeviantArt to see. I think it was Perfect Waste. And that is my completed first draft novel that I have not done anything else on, because I am afraid of a second draft. Thanks for bringing up those scars. Myself. Question 10. What authors have inspired you to do writing the most? Well, this is going to be sounding old, because like I was inspired to write way back then. I guess my major inspiration would be John Green, just because he existed on vlogging when I started writing, and what gave me the motivation to try and realize that I really, really liked writing. The second would be the Twilight books, because I'm like, I don't have to make a perfect story, or I can make a story that's really problematic and full of holes, and it will still sell and be well, and all I have to do is like please people. And I think I can please a couple people with my story and don't have to make a perfect work of art. Though that does seem to be what I want to do. So, question 11, do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you find the time? Well, I do do a bit of both. If I have the time, I'll definitely write. I love writing, but I'm really bad at writing like in front of people. Lately, I've been experimenting with co-working, where you go to a place for a day and there's a couple of free trial gigs. I always jump on those, and then I can write, and I seem to be very productive on those days, and they have a printer. And they even have other writers that I can talk to, but I haven't yet because I'm a coward and I'm afraid to talk to people in front of my face. But so I do a lot of scheduling, and then my job has a lot of time off, and I use that time in the morning and during the day to work on YouTube videos and also to write. 12. Do you type on a computer, typewriter, or write everything out by hand? Or do you use a blend of those? And where do you write in general? Well, I usually write in this house. I usually write on my computer on my desktop, or I'll pick it up and I'll bring it to the co-working space. I also have a Chromebook that I type on, and that's great because Chromebooks are cheap, so I just bring them everywhere and I don't have to worry about it getting broken because everything is stored online. And I can write at work when I'm on break, I can write when I'm sitting in the middle of the park. I do a lot of writing in Taco Bell. Like I'll go there, I'll order a meal and just fill up on free Mountain Dew while I'm writing or reading. And then at the library. So I write at a lot of places, wherever I have the time to focus, because a lot of times at home there's a lot of distractions. So when I notice I'm not getting very much work done, I'll just haul off to the library. 13. What are you most looking forward to now that you're part of Authortube? Well, I'm mostly looking forward to interacting with people, seeing what other people think, maybe getting a couple beta readers. Is that selfish? Is that a selfish thing to say? I don't know. Mostly community. It's part of my big outreach to other writers in 2019, and I look forward to the kind of engagement with people that are also excited by writing and not bogged down by being professional all the time, which, it's YouTube. I'm pretty sure everyone is the least professional possible here. Like, right, cat? You want a cat in this video? You're gonna be so annoyed. Oh, hi. Wanna meow for the camera? Wanna meow? Wanna meow? That was a trill. That was my Authortube Newbie tag. Not a newbie to the YouTube, but a newbie to the author-y part of the tube, and the book tube, and the essay tube. Again, my name is Ray Richards. Normally I make video essays and I put them up on a channel called Thought Ray. You can find me on Twitter at TheSugarRay or at ThoughtRay. I'm very bad at branding. Thank you very much for noticing. Leave a comment down below if you have an Author Newbie tag, or if you have things that you want to see, or if you're curious about my magazine subscription tables, because Excel spreadsheets, or sheets in Google are, spreadsheets are magical, and I love them so much. They're so good for writing. Oh, if you want to read, I do have a Patreon for my other channel where I put all of my writing, but if you want to listen to me reading a story I did, I recently put a video up on my main channel of me reading my short story, The Bardo of Planet Fong, and it's about 10 minutes. You can listen to me read it. I link off a couple things, and I'll be sending it off to magazines soon. So yeah, that would be cool too. Welcome to Authortube, me, and thank you for watching and ideally liking.